So I have brought a different topic today, like with a different mindset and different way of actually representation. Just give me a second, okay? Yeah, that's fine. So, um, for improving our listening, for improving our vocabulary, for improving ourself completely, we need to listen to TED Talks. That's what I actually got suggested about when I was actually preparing for something. But though, like it was like that, like I was already doing it. It was not like I had to do it particularly on a certain time, on a certain date, or certain particular period of time in my life. But TED Talks are very, very graceful and helpful also to teach you exactly how the natives used to speak and how they actually represent their ideas. So definitely it is a plus point for everybody. Like if they are actually learning to imbibe from the way somebody speaks in such of the videos. But vocabulary, the best thing about the TED Talks is the vocabulary that is getting used in them. So the natives are there who speak their accent, and especially this lady, like whom you can see the back screen, like she's an HR, so she has spoken a certain set of ideas, or I would say that 10 different ideas that she gave, that what we should do and what we should not do. Obviously you can see that, like how to have a better conversation, or what are the 10 ways that we can have the better conversation with the people. So the way she actually represented her ideas, and the way she said that we should actually imbibe from a people and how we need to actually behave in certain occasion, I really appreciate the way she actually explained everything. So what I thought was, like I would bring some words like which she spoke, and maybe after understanding them better way, or even I would say that the people who have less scope as far as their vocabulary is concerned, then if they are going to work on their vocabulary, then definitely they are going to understand the speech or the whatever she speaks clearly, with a clear set of mind, and in a better manner. Like, so that's why I thought that I would bring up this idea to actually give you at least 15 words from the given particular you know video or the TED talk that she has spoken in. Okay, so as you can see that her name is Headlee, so she has spoken a lot of good words. I would be actually working on, and instead of actually random words, I would say that what we would do is, like, we are going to talk about whatsoever was in the speech, and we are going to talk about all those beautiful words that she spoke about. So the first word that she spoke about was polarized. Let me just open my chat also so that I can actually give you the words alongside. Okay, give me a second. The first word is a polarized. Polarized, everybody know that, like, what polarized is. So obviously, if the word is made from polars or poles, then definitely we are talking about to divide two things or split two things into two. Just let me open my channel. Keep it off. Yeah. So the first word is polarized. Polarized. We will be talking more of the polarized word. Give me a second. Mhm. Yeah. So polarized. What polarized is? Polarized means, like I told you, when we, like, here in this particular speech, how it was used, we will talk about that first. Then we will talk about, like, how it is actually having different synonyms also, and what exactly does it mean. So polarized means, like, that how it was getting used in the speech itself. As a pure research found that we are more polarized, more divided than we ever have been in history. Hello, Jasmine. Hello, Jasmine. So yeah, Then we have ever been in history. So polarized itself, like when she spoke the statement, when she said something about the statement, like the next word, that phrase in apposition, in the phrase in apposition, she actually cleared that fact that polarized means divided. So Pew Research found that we are more polarized, more divided than we ever have been in the history. Okay, so it means that we have never we were more polarized, we were more divided into two extreme groups with opposing opinions. Like when we are having different opinions from each other, and we are divided into two, like it can be between two persons, it can be between, two groups or two teams, or it can be between anybody. Like if the ideas are divided, if the people— a minute, shower. Mhm. I didn't get it. Anyhow, so the thing is, wait a second. Yeah. So the thing is split into two extreme groups with the opposing opinions, opposite ideas. So it can be for divided, it can be for split. It has many synonyms that you can actually use them with. Like polarized would be used in that way. No, I don't play. I don't play. Sorry for that. Yeah. So divided, split, separated, even in case we want to say separated, even if we want to say opposed, if we are like two things are opposed to each other, then there also we can say that the two things are polarized. So polarized means opposed, polarized means separated, polarized means conflicting. When people have the conflicting ideas, sometimes even in our mind, like we have conflicting ideas about different topics in our life. So in case deciding whether to go somewhere or not, or whether to visit a place or not, so we have polarized ideas in that scenario. We are polarized about actually deciding that, like whether we need to go somewhere or not. Okay, sometimes it is like that. So conflicting ideas, contrasting ideas, you have different synonyms. Discordant ideas, or discordant, we are discordant about it, or we are polarized about it, we can say. Or like if something is separated, we can say that it is alienated also. So that is also falling in the category of its synonym. Okay. Curry swimmer spotted. Oh yeah, I do make curry, but I don't swim in the curry. Mhm. I don't work at Tim Hortons, bro. But I still respect all those who work at Tim Hortons. But your, I think generations do not know how to work at any place. Anyhow, so sorry for the you. Like I can't say anything else. Yeah. So divided, split, separated, polarized, contrasting, discordant, alienated, disconnected. If your mind is disconnected from deciding anything. Good evening, Menche. How are you? I'm coming live after 2 days, and still the people scenario is same. Like everybody's the same way, like behaving the same way. Anyways, yeah. So polarized. First word is polarized. In that one, we have different synonyms. Then contentious. Contentious is also something related to being divided into two, or having the two different ideas. I'm absolutely fine. I'm absolutely fine. Yeah. These are your words which are synonyms. Okay. So this is the first word that I actually noticed down from the video, which you can see at the back, like 10 ways to have the better conversation. Like I should have actually removed that one. Just give me a second. Mm, yeah, would be better. So So polarized is the first word that I notice, and second word that I will bring about is the second word. Instead of saying the second word, I would go for the antonyms for that one. Obviously, I would not give you those antonyms. I would speak those antonyms because we are talking particularly about that word. So definitely, um, create a question answer sticker. No, okay, leave it. So there was some kind of suggestion. So antonyms, what would be the antonyms for the divided? What would be the antonyms for the polarized? There would be united. There would be harmony. If there is harmony between two persons, then there is no fight. There is no contentiousness, or there is no conflict between two persons, or there is no contrast between two persons, and definitely there is a harmony between them. There is a balance between them. Balance is also one of the beautiful synonym for that. And then both of them are cooperative, like they are not having different ideas. Unanimous, yeah. So agreeable, peaceful, yeah. Cohesive, cohesive, like if we are talking about cohesive, that means something sticky, something that sticks. And then joined, integrated, or consistent. If something is consistent, that means it is persistent, it is continuous. There is no fight, there is no disconnection. That means it is not polarized. In that scenario, we can say that if something is polarized, that means it is divided. That means opposite words would be totally different from them. Okay, so if something is I would say polarized, it is divided. Remember that in simple words, that means splitting of the ideas in the mind for the two parties. If one party is having, a different idea, and other party is having different ideas. Yeah, yeah, cohesive, stick together without glue. Yeah, yeah. So if something is joined, if something is consistent, or if something is integrated, then all those words can be used. So, for example, for the antonyms, if I have to provide you the antonym, like the ideas between the two of the teams was quite harmonious, or the relation between the two teams was quite harmonious. There was no fight between the two parties, or two teams or something, or there was no kind of scuffle between the two parties, if we say. So yeah, that can be used. And the next word that I actually noticed from this video, and I would definitely give you the link for the video after my live session ends, and I would be adding that into the end screen. Then definitely I would be adding that one. And second word for today from this particular video is compromise. So what exactly compromise means, everybody know that, but in the video how she actually spoke about it, it was like we are less likely to compromise, which means we are not listening to each other. So this is also one of the beautiful thing that we should understand, and it is urgently required to understand that we need to listen to each other. It's not like we are going to overpower each other. So we need to actually understand that we are less likely to compromise, and which means that we are not going to listen to each other. So it means that the people, they lessly get agree to that one, that I am going to listen to the other person's idea. Instead of that one, I would keep on speaking my, I will keep on bragging myself, which is wrong. We need to have the curiosity to listen, you know we need to have the curiosity to listen to others also sometimes. Yeah, so it is required that we should listen to the people as well. Give me a second. Something is wrong. Is something wrong? The cuts stopped working actually. Sorry for that. Mm, Yeah, compromise. So we are less likely to compromise, as I said that, like, in case that we are less likely to compromise. Compromise in literal meaning, it means that agreement between the two parties, when the two sides are agreeing to each other, and they have the like they have decided to make concession for each other, and changes or rebates that can be provided. So if that has been decided, then definitely that is known as compromise. So compromise is something. I'm amazed, like, what's going on with the. Yeah. So if the two parties are ready to make any kind of agreement, and they have decided that we are going to bring some changes, then definitely that is actually something that they are going to make some concessions about, and they have ready to make concessions for each other in something. So agreement means, in my sense, it would be known as concord. Like when I have taught it in the grammar as well. Subject verb concord. Concord means to have an agreement between the two parties in that sense. So here in the video, it was used as an agreement between, like, when both of them can decide about the concessions. But actually, we do not do that. When we are talking, when we are having a conversation, as in the video, like what I understood was, like, we don't give concession to anybody, but we should give the time to somebody to actually speak, and we need to listen to them. We don't try to listen to the people, we try to actually brag most of the time. Most of the time it is the scenario that we brag a lot, but we don't actually let the other person talk, which is actually necessary, which is actually the topmost thing that we require to actually listen to. And that's how actually the God has given us 2 ears and one mouth. So that means we have to speak less, we have to listen to the people more, as far as the video is concerned. If you're going to say that you keep quiet, then it's not going to happen. Anyways, so there are different synonyms which you can actually understand from the word, but I would try to write the word for you over there, first of all. Hmm. Um, yeah. Compromise. So the word is compromise. I would be writing it over there. Yeah, compromise. Have you ever done compromise in your life? We have made compromises many a times in our life, many a times in our life. Sometimes, even when people do not actually respond well, we try to make compromise with that. We try to agree to the situation that it's okay, it's fine. Like, sometimes it happens that the people can behave badly with you. So definitely, there you have to decide that one, like, I'm not going to lose my temper. I'm going to be like the same. I'm not going to change myself just because some people are not good. So you need to agree to situations many of the times, and we need to make agreement on a situation also, when people want to say something and we don't listen to them, which is not right. So we should listen to people, we should actually give the time to the people to speak. So that's how we need to compromise in certain situations and all that. But what are the different synonyms which are possible for the word compromise? Okay, we will talk about them now. Like, agreement, first of all, agreement. So there is an agreement signed between the two parties. So we say that there is an agreement signed between the two parties, which means that the two parties have decided on a certain terms, on certain terms or certain conditions. So they have decided to come on to a certain concord. They have made a settlement that now they are going to live like this, and they are not going to fight, they are not going to scuffle, they're not going to have any kind of animosity against each other. So yeah, then what else is, like, when your understanding is increased. That means, in the video, it meant that only, like, she meant to say that the people should have understanding to listen to other people, but it is lessly found. It is very less to see that in people, they try to respond more rather than actually listen to the people. So it is very much necessary that we should listen to the people rather than actually trying to figure it out like when my moment will come and I'm going to speak. We stop listening, we start speaking. Basically it is like that. So that's why any kind of understanding, any kind of negotiation, all of them can be the synonym for the word. Then if we say, we have other words also like, um, I would definitely play whenever it'll have, I'll have the time. Sorry for that. Yeah. So negotiation, adjustment, like when you adjust, when you make your adjustment about, yeah, it's okay. Let the person has his time that he would speak. Let him speak for a while. Okay, just give me a second. Is of, like, I would say, no use. Yeah, adjustment, then reconciliation. Reconciliation, cooperation, concession, or bargain, all of them can be used in place of what we say compromise. If somebody is compromising, that means somebody is trying to, bargain about something, or bargain, that means you would give the time to the person. Yeah. So these are the synonyms that you can use for it. Okay, the synonyms. But we will talk about the antonyms. I'm not going to write those antonyms. I'm going to speak about the antonyms. But because the word which was used in the video was compromise, so that's why I gave you some words for the compromise. You can keep those words in the mind and try to make more and more sentences with them, and then these will definitely help you out. Okay, so then there is a certain set of words which I'm going to actually speak about. These are, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's much better not to use it. It's okay. It's fine. But I'm talking about the synonyms. So all those synonyms can fall in that same category. Some kind of reconciliation also is that, like, in the first moment you have thought that I would speak, but then you adjusted yourself and you said that I'm not going to speak. That is also reconciliation. You consoled your mind again and you decided that one, I'm not going to speak. You have decided again, but earlier you thought that you are going to speak. So you went to a disagreement and then you went to the agreement. Reconciliation can work in that sense as well. So yeah, if you don't want to use, that's absolutely fine. But I would say that reconciliation falls in the same category, because adjustment of any kind means we are adjusting, we are trying to figure it out, like what is the other way that we can go about, that there won't be any kind of scuffle between the two parties. So if you are going to reconcile also, then definitely reconciliation is also fine. Okay, there is a reconciliation between the two parties. That means there is a certain concord that has been set up between the two parties. It's like that, a compromise. Compromise is always done. Obviously the word is compromise. Compromise will be done only after there is a certain sort of mindset which says that I should do otherwise, but you're going to stop yourself from doing it because you made your compromise. Okay, you have done the compromise between that. So that's how it will be used. Boxer Brit, that would be used like that. Then the antonyms for that one would be disagreement, agreement to disagreement. When you don't agree to certain thing, or you have a conflict with the thing, it's kind of having the polarized opinions for the same. Like the first word that I spoke about, the dispute, the quarrel, and a kind of scuffle, the deadlock between the two. Okay, yeah, yeah, I got it. I got it. I'm also English major. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm also an English major. There is okay. That's everything is fine. Like if you want to talk, like what is haha in that? I didn't get it. I didn't like this. I'm telling you. what are you talking about? I don't know. Like, even sometimes I don't understand the messages. I don't know. Like, maybe the written messages are different way, or somebody's trying to actually, be otherwise. Okay. And I always welcome all those people also, like who actually want to go against the statements. I try to actually reconcile with them and try to actually help them out in understanding the thing. If you have done majors in English, that's also perfectly fine. You know, um, that's a plus point for you, and that's how I would say that if you won't use it, then that's also fine. Consider us reconcile. Okay, we have reconciled. It's all fine. Yeah. I'm talking about the antonyms for the same word, like disagreement, conflict, dispute between the two, or the quarrel, or the deadlock. Deadlock is very nice. I would say that if there is a deadlock between the two, then both of the parties have decided that they are not going to come together ever. Okay. So they have made a standoff. They have made a standoff. They have a discord between them. Discord. Uh, Anyways, it's fine. All good. All good. So discord or opposition or resistance can be of any kind, or impasse. IMPASSE, impasse. So all these words can be used as the antonyms for the same word, like that we have learned from the video compromise. Okay. So I'll be giving you the link for the video as well, so that you can understand the meaning of all the lines that she speak. And there is a certain word called, I really like the word. I would talk about that word later on once it comes. But I definitely would like to just talk about them. Like, I would say that word, but I'm going to explain that word later on. That is pontification. Okay. Pontification. We'll talk about that one after this word. Okay. I really like the word pontification because the way she spoke and the way she used it in the speech, that was really fantastic. So, next word that we are going to talk about is devolve. Devolve. I will write it over there. Devolve. It's more like a Volvo car or something. So devolve, how it was used in the speech, it was like every conversation has a potential to devolve into an argument. Devolve, that means it can break down into something else. It can be changed into something. Okay. Yeah. So to deteriorate or to break down into the worst state, if something is broken down into broken down from bad to worse and worse to worst situation, then in that case it is devolve. Like if something is devolving, it is not evolving. Opposite to evolve, it is devolve. So when we say evolve, then if we say opposite to that, it would be um, devolve. Devolve means when it is something is disintegrating, something is deteriorating. Yeah. So yes, the meaning of the word is clear. Now let's talk about the synonyms. Like if there is a decline, if there is decline of any kind, if the situation has gone, like the potential has gone from some higher level to the lower level, we can say that there is a decline in that. So decline or worsen or deteriorate or that's fine. Welcome Manitobians, I'm telling you. Yeah. Anyways, so the words like degenerate, degenerate, T.S. Eliot's Wasteland. In that one, I actually read this in one of his essay, like in even in like when there was an explanation for the poem Wasteland, I guess, or there was a certain kind of article that I read about the wasteland. and how the things are going to degenerate and how the things are going to disintegrate, and the things gonna get bad to worse, worse to worst, something like that. So if the things are going to collapse, if the things are going to regress in certain situations, like, or the decay of any kind, decay of quality is seen, or yes, I do remember you. Yeah, man, say, oh my god, it's a small country. What's going on? They're chatting. Yeah, anyways, so there are some synonyms, uh, like more synonyms that corrode. If something is corroded, it is obviously corrosion has come into being in that. So if things are falling apart, like, mm, it's one of the novel also, things fall apart or something like that. Only if you know retro gamer. Yeah. So then thereafter, regress, decay, corrode, fall apart, or diminishing from the space, or diminishing, that means the quality is devolving. So whenever you're trying to use all those words, like if there is some kind of decline in something, or if there is any kind of decrease in something or worsening of state, there you can use the word devolve instead. So the way she used the devolve in the statement, like every conversation has a potential to devolve into an argument. So it can break down into an argument instead of having a proper conversation. Discussion can quickly devolve if we stop listening. Discussion discussion can quickly devolve if we stop listening. Okay, so definitely the discussions have devolved here. I would say that that is why we are discussing something else over there and we are not talking about the words. Anyways, yeah, I would be giving you now the synonyms for the word. There you go. Okay, no problem. That's up to you, but I'm not telling you to go anywhere. You can continue your chat. I would be giving you the words in between. Whatsoever people are here, like they are there to, learn. So decline, worsen, deteriorate, generate, degenerate, collapse. All these words can be utilized in case if you want to say devolve, or you should use the word devolve itself like that. And now, in case if we are using the word devolve, if something is degenerating or disintegrating in certain sense, we can use the opposite of that one as well. Opposite of that one as well. That is improve, develop, progress, advance. Many other words are there which you can use in place as far as the opposite of the same words are concerned. Devolve. Okay. Now, if something is flourishing, flourishing means it is actually getting established in some place. It is getting its roots getting established in some place. It is strengthening around you. In that scenario, that is also one of the beautiful opposite words. Strengthen, like when the strength is getting increased in certain situation, there we can use it. Or refine, or we can say that enhance of any kind, or rise, if we say. So all these words can be utilized for the antonyms of the same word, you know Waheguru. Then next word is, as my like best word of the video, I would say that, like, this is the best word that I learned from the video. Pontificate. Pontificate. We should not pontificate in any sense. Like, we should not actually try to give lecture to the people. We should not give, uh, I would say that it would create boredom for the people. So that's why we should not pontificate in any sense. So don't pontificate, and how it was used in the video, like don't pontificate. If you want to state your opinion without response or pushback, write a blog. So don't pontificate. And she also said that I never like the people from like Pandit people to come to her conferences or whatsoever she does. So she never call them because they pontificate. And like you don't want somebody else to give you the reply back or give you any kind of comment or statement, then definitely write a blog. People will not reply you, and obviously the blog would be safe. And even in the blog, we have an option that to set up that whether we want the reply or not. Pontificate actually itself means to give lecture. It means to speak in a pompous or a self-important way. Like if something is important to you only and it is not important to anybody else, but you say that in a pompous way, you show it off, like in a show-off way, or you're trying to say that, yeah, I know better than you. I know better than you. The way, like for example, the statement was, though she did not mean to say that, but she said that statement like, um, I have done the major in English or something like it is kind of, like we don't need to, show any kind of degree. Degrees are not something like which you are going to decide that factor that whether we are intelligent or not. Okay. Anybody can be intelligent. Even if I have the majors, I'm telling you, I have done the majors. I have 9 years of experience in teaching, but I'm not going to brag about it in front of the people. It's not like that. It's not going to happen like that. I would say that we should not pontificate about such things. We need not to be pompous about every time, like that whatever I say would be right. I would say that I can be wrong also, but my way of explaining any word is to uh, give you a certain set of vocabulary so that you can use it in your simplified version or whatsoever version you're going to use. Okay. So that's somehow it's fine. Like if the people have that audacity to just come over there and just give a message like that, that's fine. That's all good. So don't pontificate. If you want to state your opinion without response or a pushback, obviously if he thinks so that I would not reply back, then that definitely it is a pontification. So I would definitely give a reply back. Otherwise, she should go and write the blog. I would definitely recommend her to write the blog, and people are going to definitely hear that one and why reconciliation should not be used. Anyways, so the meaning is very clear: speak in a pompous or a self-important way. And then the synonyms for that one, that you are like, you should do what you preach. So it's something like that. So preaching people, like it's related to the biblical stuff, or it would be a Christian stuff or a church stuff. Like when we are preaching, when we are doing the lecture, usually the fathers, usually those priests in the church, they used to give the lecture, that what we need to do, what we need not to do. We need to moralize people, or they moralize people. Many of the time they moralize people. So pontificate means that. And moralize or dictate people. Dictatorship of any kind is wrong. So that's why, when we dictate, like there is a certain set of activity that happens in our of George. Pontification will come in this. I'm telling you, pontification. Eighth enjoyed only a 10 week. That is also preaching. 10 week preaching. Like somebody enjoyed. It is not like that. So enjoyed means that enjoyed only a 10 week pontification. It would be pontification. Actually, it should be pontification. So pontification itself means to preach something, to say something, to declare something, or to boost about something. Even in a negative or a derogatory way, it would be boosting about something, or boasting about something, boast, boasting about something, or expounding about something, or sermonizing about something. When you sermonize, when you say sermons to the people, when the people, no, try to check it again, please. The way it was used in the video, I'm talking about that. I'm not talking about anything else. Okay. So pontificate means that you can check the video. There is video. We can watch the video later on, and definitely you would be clear about it. What pontificate means. So pontificate means to give the lecture in her sense. And if we say pontificate, pontificate is a verb, action verb, the way she used in the speech or the way she used in the video. So go accordingly that. It's not something that I'm making it from my end. It is like that. I would be giving you the synonyms now. Okay. Yeah. Even then, if you are making it yourself, Menche, this is not right actually. Like you see, it means Pope George VIII enjoyed only a 10-week pontificate. So pontificate cannot exist like that. Pontification will be there. Pontification is the process of pontificate being pontificated, or even if somebody wants to be a pop, also like it is related to that. If you only tell one meaning, it could be confusing for people to learning the language. No, it is not confusing. I'm giving synonyms for that also. You can, okay, just give me a second. Just give me a second. It is never confusing for people. I think when we are confused, we try to think like everybody would be confused. It is not like that. Nobody's confused here. Menche, nobody's confused. So if you are going to find, I'll give you the proper meaning now. Okay. And even I did not disagree that your word cannot be right. I'm saying that as a parts of speech, it would be now whatever I'm going to write over there, just be careful in reading that one and you would be clear about it. Okay. Now you see, I will be giving it over there. Now I think your confusion is going to be over. It is not only in the, just give me a second. Give me a second. I cannot write that more than that. No. Yeah, I'll just write it in the brief. So pontificate is a part of speech is a verb and can also be used as a noun in the form of related to the pontification. Okay. So pontificate is the word, but somehow it's I definitely agree to your point that it can relate to the pontification, as I said that preaching and all that. So preaching is also an act of actually something related to the church, as I mentioned that one. So it can mean what you are saying, but that doesn't mean that like it like the way it was used in the video. I'm trying to give the words accordingly that the verb. So the way it was used in the video that I'm giving those words, I'll give you some examples also. As far as your real meaning is concerned, definitely its original meaning is the same that as you're saying it. Original meaning is that, but as far as accordingly the video it is concerned, it means the same that I said. Yeah, just see. So she pontificated about politics for hours, ignoring everyone else's opinion. So it means that she did not care about somebody else's opinion. So definitely he likes to pontificate on the best way to teach English, even though he has no formal experience. So yeah, so that's how it can be like this way as well to be used. Like in case somebody is trying to say that thing that yeah, this can be this way, this can be that way, as way you're saying that it means that originally it means definitely that, but it it is not used as a noun. So the word that you're talking about is a noun. Okay, that is of being in a position to be on a certain position, like being a pop. So if somebody is called a pop, that means somebody is pontificated. So if we say that pontificate as a word in the video, that it means the same, like to preach about something, to lecture about something, to moralize about something. Some people love to pontificate instead of listening to others. Yeah. So that is also a word that you can use. Anyways, next word that is multitask. Uh, right. I really like that one. Like she said that we should not multitask. That what I heard in the video, like she said that we should not multitask, because multitask, it doesn't mean that we are going to switch off our mobile phones. It doesn't mean that we are going to switch off our television sets and all that. She said that don't multitask, be present, be in the moment. That's what she meant to say, that we all should be in the moment itself. We should be present at the particular certain moment. We should stay in that particular moment. So there, it means that we should not multitask. Multitasking, when it is actually added to our resumes, we feel that we have done something good, we have achieved something good, but actually multitasking creates a lot of issues, a lot of mental problems. Like when we do two things, three things at the same time, our brain doesn't work properly, and the vibes that we get in the brain, that doesn't actually work properly or cordially. Multitasking is a good thing, but it is not that good that we are going to continuously do it. And for continuous time, if you're gonna for the continuous period of time, if you're gonna do that, then definitely you're going to, lose something as far as your memory is concerned. So do not multitask every time. So doing several things at the same time means that multitasking, as I told you, that it is like juggling your mind. You know, when we try to juggle our mind many a times, obviously juggling like the balls are juggling, then definitely if the ideas are juggling in the mind, then obviously our mind would run from one side to the other side. We are going to actually hit to the one corner to the other corner, but we are not going to get settled anywhere. So settlement of the brain is required. We won't be able to manage things easily, like if we are doing multitask. Okay. If we are doing trying to do the multitasking, or we are trying to be multitasking persons, so don't juggle, don't like, yeah. It's in a positive way also, you can take, like when you are able to manage things out in your life. uh, like for example, you are making breakfast for your family, and you're working for a company as well, and you're going out to work as well as at the same time you are making things well in the family as well. So then that means you are multitasking. Hmm. Nice word. Sanity is a very nice word. I lost my sanity. I lost my being sane. Obviously, from sanity, insanity, it became insane. Sane, insane. Sane means like somebody who's quite in proper senses and gentleman and who knows everything, who has proper intellect and everything. Wisdom is quite in its proper intact position. But when it comes to like being insane, we are mad, we are crazy, we are dumb sometimes, like insane. We are insane about something. So we should not be multitasking. We should actually coordinate between things. Yeah, multitasking is a good thing in a sense, like when we try to coordinate between two things, like for example, hand eye coordination. When we say hand eye coordination, like obviously even when we are playing cricket, we need to actually do the hand-eye coordination. We need to, run also. Everything is like, it's not like we should not do multitasking. Actually, we should avoid doing the multitasking where it is not required. I mean to say that. So balance, try to create a balance between that ones. That's also that, like when we are trying to handle, we are trying to manage, we are multitasking, we are performing things, we are overseeing things, or we are trying to operate or execute things, or we are trying to function properly. We do the multitask, but literally it means that like when we are trying to do two things or the three things at the same time, we should not do that. But somehow all of these words can be replaced with multitask. Just give me a second. all of these words that I'm going to give you there in the chat. Here you go. Balance, juggle, manage, all these words can be utilized in place of multitasking. I have gotten this compliment many a times doing two things, three things at the same time, but somehow, yeah, there is a difference between being multi-talented and multitasking. Multitasking is different. Like having different talents, but you're doing performing them at separate times, separate interval of time, so that is multi-talented. But multitasking is something like you are doing all the things at the same time. When you're trying to do all the number of things at the same, not all the things, number of things at the same time. So when you're trying to do number of things at the same times, it is very difficult for your mind to cope up properly. I would definitely prefer that people should not juggle their mind. They should not juggle their mind, because one day or the other day we understand that one, yeah, it is of no use. We are trying to show it off in a company, we are trying to do it for a company, and the company runs, company goes up, company's growth is there, but there is no growth of ours. Like we try to do the multitasking and we become old, and then thereafter we lose our consciousness, we lose our sanity. As he said that, like I lost my sanity by multitasking for 23 years in a row, as an example. Ramesh Palevela's 19 for tips for, yeah, definitely it can come. Tips for interview. Tips for interview, I would say that eye to eye coordination, and definitely I would say that in that scenario, if somebody would tell you that and do the multitasking and all that, like I would say that interviewing, if you are trying to prepare for your interview for a company, certain company, then definitely this is a plus point that you are doing multitasking. You are a multitasker. But in life, I would say that is it is quite a bit of problem when it comes to do the multitasking and all that. It becomes a problem for many people, and their brain doesn't work well, and that's how people, lose memory also. I think we should focus on one thing at a time, one thing at a time. I believe in that. Like one should focus on one thing at a time. That's much better to go by. Yeah. So if we say, yeah, that's obviously I have given you already one of the opposite word, that is focus. Multitasking or multitask opposite word would be focus or concentration. Okay. Mhm. How to speak confidently, have the confidence, that's it, go about it. Like if even people are trolling you, if even people are trying to actually stop you from speaking, then even then also you should keep on making videos, try to record yourself and speak in front of the mirror and talk to yourself and see your expression, see your face, see your gestures, how you're speaking. you know are you using the intonation when you're speaking? That also is going to give you the confidence. I'm telling you how to speak confidently. That means whenever you say something, even if it is wrong, and if you're deliberately doing a mistake, even when you know that is a mistake, but you're doing it, but you're not showing it off into the people, like in front of the people, sorry. Then if you're not showing it in front of the people, then definitely you have a lot of confidence. You have a lot of confidence means that you don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes are the part of life for the person who doesn't care a hook of the people. Whenever you want to show your confidence, obviously. What the heck is that? What happened, Manche? Okay. Now thereafter we have another word. First of all, let me just give you one statement for that as well, and alongside I'll give you some antonyms in the speaking terms. Like when you specialize in something instead of actually doing all the things at the same time, like don't be a jack of all trade. And obviously, it's okay, Menche, it's okay. Let him do that. Whatever he wants to say, let him do that. Okay. if somebody is actually trying to specialize in something instead of doing all the things at the same time, so then definitely you need to specialize yourself in that. Or even if you say you need to, simplify things in your life instead of actually trying to create a kind of chaos in your life. If you're trying to create a chaos in your life, which is this word, okay, chaos in your life, don't. Manche, can you please tell me what is he doing? I don't know, like improve tips for spoken English. I didn't get it. Like it is already there. What this person is trying to do, I don't know. So chaos is the word that you can actually use also in case of when you're doing the multitasking. I believe that it is a kind of chaos that gets created when we are trying to do the multitasking. So we try to. I would say that um, we should avoid doing that. So in case we are trying to neglect different things, we are trying to do one thing. That's also one of the synonym that you can like antonym for the multitasking. Or you are ignoring something, you are excluding something, you are disregarding something. So all these words are the opposite word for the multitask, like when you're trying to ignore something or when you're disregarding something. And definitely there also you are trying to say that I'm abandoning that idea, I'm focusing on one thing. So focus, concentration, specialize on something, simplify something. These basic four words are good enough for as a I'm gonna go now filming. Okay, bro, have a good one. Have a good one, Menche. Have a good one. Take care. Take care. Bye bye. Yeah. Good night. Good night. I see that message over there. I don't know, like my chat is not working. Okay. I pinged your message. No hard feelings, I'm telling you. Like there is no hard feelings. Yeah. So these words juggle, manage, balance, coordinate, handle, perform, oversee, operate, execute, function. These are the synonyms for that. Antonyms I have spoken already. As an example, I would give you an example for the same. When you are in a conversation, don't multitask, focus on one thing. Give your full attention to the other person. Okay. Whenever you are listening to someone, listen attentively in a focused way or in a concentrated manner. Give due value to the person who is talking, who is doing the talking. Okay. Then that person will definitely feel uh, freedom. The scope is there. That person is going to use all the brain's, energy to explain things better way. Okay. If you are going to actually stop people in between and you're going to say that no, 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 I did not understand, I did not get your point, I did not do this, I did not do that, then definitely the person is going to feel reluctant about opening himself or herself up before you. So that's why don't do multitasking. Try to concentrate on what the person is speaking about and what you're trying to say. And even when you're talking to one person, just focus on the conversation. And if you are like, this is one of the thing that I was actually teaching my student today also. Like when you're shaking hand, your eye contact should match. Like there should be an eye contact between the two persons who are having the handshake. So when they're handshaking, I Ayush, what 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 did I learn? Did I learn something? No, he's not going to speak anyways. So when you're in a conversation, don't multitask, give your full attention. Always pay full attention to the word. And another very beautiful word, I'm telling you guys, a very beautiful word I learned. Yeah, obviously, eye contact is required. Eye contact is 100% required whenever we are talking to the person. Then sometimes it is dangerous also, I'm telling you. But in IELTS Q card portion, it is not required. I'm telling you, the people who are preparing for the IELTS, it is not required that you make eye contact when you are actually speaking about your Q card. But it is good thing when you are actually making an eye contact and you're trying to explain yourself and you're making some gestures with your hands also. And people say that you should keep your hands down and you should not make any wrong gesture before anyone. That's for sure. Should not show the middle finger to the examiner. Definitely that is a negative point, even if it is done by no intention, but still it is done, that is wrong. So that is why people prefer to keep their hands down, and then whatever they speak it like that. But I can't speak. I'm telling you, as a teacher, when I taught in the school also, I could not keep my hands in control. But I never use them in the derogatory manner. Like I never showed the middle finger to the students. Obviously, it is not to be shown to anybody. So definitely, your hand gestures should be used in a very polite way and to explain the things. Now, the next word, vulnerable. Vulnerable, very beautiful word. Vulnerable. What do you mean by vulnerable? Vulnerable, obviously, when somebody is vulnerable, vulnerable means weak. Vulnerable means weak. But in the statement or in the video how it was used, it was said like, and you're going to hear that one once you're going to watch that video. I'm gonna give you the link later on, even in the description, and also as my end screen card. So I would be just adding this video there, and you're gonna watch that one, and you're gonna listen to the video, and whatever she's trying to say, she's so amazing in explaining everything. I was mesmerized by the way she actually said everything, and the way she was actually making sarcasm for different situations. Um, it was really nice. I would definitely love to learn about that too. That how to actually use some kind of statements like that, and yeah, how it was used in the video and how it was used in her TED talk. The speaker will become less and less vulnerable and more likely to open up if you're gonna listen to the person, and if you're gonna pay more attention to the person, and if you're going to not do the multitasking and you're gonna focus on the person, then definitely the person is not going to feel vulnerable. It is more of the time it happens like the people feel vulnerable about it. I feel vulnerable when people are going to troll me over there and they're gonna say that, oh, like one time a person came and he actually gave a comment that your score would have been 5 bands out of 9. I would definitely suggest that. And a person was from Pakistan. I checked his ID and everything. He was from Pakistan. I don't know, like I don't have hate for anybody, but I would definitely recommend that one. These people should not be actually allowed, and these people should be checked out somehow by the YouTube, and they should not be entered into the stuff. And that's how people feel vulnerable. And we all are vulnerable to the AI. You know, earlier we got the message also that the Gemini, in the Gemini, and if you're going to create your own video or you're going to create a picture and you're going to upload your picture over there, and definitely it is going to be a minus point. Like if you, why it would be a minus point? That it is going to be hazardous, it can be risky for you. Why? Because it can use your picture in any sense, because it is mentioned in the terms and the condition. So we are vulnerable to AI in many senses because we don't read the terms and conditions of the things, and we are vulnerable to many of the situations. But when we are talking, when we are having a conversation, when we are trying to talk to any person, or we are making any conversation happen, there also we are vulnerable to many situations. Why we are vulnerable? Because uh, it's like man to man talk. Like for example, I have to talk to somebody and somebody is trying to talk to somebody else at the same time. I'm trying to say something and you are listening to somebody else, but shaking hand with me, then definitely I would not like it. I would feel vulnerable. What the heck is going on? He's not he's trying to ignore me. So then in that sense you will feel vulnerable, you will feel weak, and you will not open up to the person, and you are going to control your emotions for a while. And people like me who are very much sentimental, who are very much filled with the sentiments, if the person is not going to respond me well, I'm going to keep quiet, I'm going to go away. It's much better to actually shun the topic and run away from the situation. It's okay. It's not run away from the situation, run away from the problem at that time. I don't give a shit about the problems. Like I ignore those problems which are actually can be ignored. If in case something is up to the brim, then definitely it is much better to take an action and go against and stand against it, and be a wall against such situations. So what does it like, as mentioned, that how it was used, the speaker will become less and less vulnerable, and more likely to get open up. Okay, which means to open to emotional harm or criticism. So we are uh, like giving away those people who are sentimental. We, like people like me, they don't like criticism. I don't like criticism of bad kind. I like the criticism in case somebody, like the girl that came and she said something about the word, and she said that I would not use reconcile, because reconcile means that we do it after there is any kind of disagreement. And definitely like obviously it's her choice. So in that scenario, I'm happy to get that criticism, but I'm not happy to get that criticism if somebody is going to come here and they'll call me scammer. I don't know, like, from where this word came. Like somebody would be called scammer if somebody is trying to help out people, and trying to create a kind of learning environment for someone. So I think people should be controlled in some sense on YouTube. That's for sure. So I'm feeling like people should become less vulnerable to all these situations. Somehow they need to have the strength to actually, or the courage to listen to the whole shit that people try to talk against you. So obviously when we are on the social networks, we are obviously giving a chance to become vulnerable to whole stuff which we don't like open to the emotional harm and the criticism that we are going to face on the internet. It means that. And then what are the different synonyms for the word vulnerable? Vulnerable means we are exposed. We are exposed to something, we are vulnerable to something, we are open to something, we don't have shield. When we don't have shield, when we don't have defense of any kind, that means we are vulnerable in that situation. Then we are weak. Obviously, if there is no defense for me, then definitely I'm vulnerable, I'm weak in that situation. Then obviously anyone can attack me, anyone can come over there and can attack me. Can be a verbal attack, can be a physical attack, can be any kind of attack. It can be an emotional attack, it can be any kind. So exposed, defenseless, all these words can be synonyms for the weak, fragile, or sensitive. I'm very sensitive, so that's why I consider myself vulnerable in that situation. But there is nothing like a tag that I can give it to myself. I'm unprotected. I'm like, in case I will call, I'm just taking it as an example. Don't consider that I'm so vulnerable or I'm unprotected. I don't give a, yeah. So unprotected or susceptible about something, or we are delicate, very soft, as any soft person, any insecure person about anything in happening in the life would be definitely vulnerable in life. So people who are defenseless, people who are weak or fragile, you know or exposed to the external harm, those people are vulnerable. So obviously the speakers will become less and less vulnerable and more likely to open up in case you're going to give them the space to talk, to conversate. Okay, just give me a second. Yeah. Then thereafter we have another word. Sorry, the antonyms. I forgot to actually mention the antonyms. Obviously, vulnerable is weak. Then obviously the opposite would be obviously strong, and somebody who has a shield, somebody who has the defense. Okay, protected can be the word, can be strong, can be different other words. But let me give you the synonyms first separately. Uh-huh. Okay, here you go. Your synonyms are coming your way, and you can get it. You can just check them out. Meaning is open to the emotional harm. If somebody is harming you emotionally or criticizing you in any sense, there you can use this one. Okay. And then thereafter we have the antonyms for the same, but I'm gonna speak those antonyms. I told you that. Protected, in case somebody's protected, somebody's feeling secured. And if somebody's secured, protected, resilient, obviously your resilience is going to decide that one how you can be so enduring. If you can endure, if you can bear to, like whatever stuff or whatsoever happening back to you, if you can endure that stuff or you can feel guarded all the times, then you're the best. I'm telling you. Okay, let's change that one now. Okay, now. Okay. Now, tough. Tough, obviously, opposite of the weak would be tough. Somebody who's tough guy. He's a tough guy. We say he's a tough guy. Tough guy means he doesn't get bothered about people's comments and statements. So he's a tough guy. A tough guy, invulnerable. Vulnerable, invulnerable. Like in speaking, also sometimes it becomes difficult when we say vulnerable. But if you're gonna do the practice multiple times, you will be able to actually speak that same. Vulnerable, invulnerable. Okay, like continuously we cannot speak that one. If we are able to speak that one, that means our speech is perfectly fine. So what invulnerable, shielded, or fortified. Fortified, very beautiful word, let me tell you. Fortified, uh you see, I'll write that one. I really like this word, fortified. Fortified means fort. What do you mean by fort? Fort mean castle. Fortified, somebody who has been fortified. Fortified means somebody has created a castle around it, a boundary around him, or the shield around him, or being protected by some kind of system. Then that person is fortified. That person is not vulnerable, that person is invulnerable, that person is strong, that person is valiant, that person is brave, because the person can endure to hear everything, whatsoever is bad about him, or whatsoever is said bad about him, or he'll feel safe, shielded, secure in any situation, whatsoever situation will come in his life. So that's how the vulnerable words, opposite words are. So now, what is another example for the word vulnerable in a sentence? Being vulnerable doesn't mean somebody is being weak. Okay. It means being real. Okay. If somebody's vulnerable, if somebody's open, if somebody's clean hearted, if I would say that if somebody's clean hearted, also that person is vulnerable. Obviously, that person would be sentimental. Obviously, that person would not be able to, bear the kind of sarcasm or the kind of negative stuff on the internet, can be prone to all those outsiders or external harmful elements. So that person is not weak in real sense, but actually very having a different story in his life. It means being real in life. So that's why somebody's trying to feel vulnerable, or people like it can be used in the negative sense. It can be used in the positive sense. I told you that which way it can go. Now, this is very beautiful word, and even actually, I mentioned that video on my what we say WhatsApp status. You see, this was a word. I just it is equate, equate, equate. You must have heard of the people. They come over there in your life, and they try to say that, and they try to say this thing that. Yeah, like the thing that you are going through, we have been already through that. There are lots of people in the world that they do it, but that is the bad stuff. So that's what she actually negate in the video. If you're gonna hear to that one and you have an answer for that one, and it comes at 7 minutes and 50 seconds. 50 seconds. Once you have listened to the video for 7 minutes and 50 seconds, there would come this particular portion in which you are going to listen to this equate stuff. In equate, what she means to say by equate, he says don't equate. He says don't equate your experience with theirs. It's never the same. So if you say that you have been in the same boat, or you have been in the same shoes, no, it can never be. Every person is an individual, every person is different, every person's story is different, every person's situation is different. Though people may have faced troubles, though people may have faced tribulations, though people may have gone through bad stuff in their life, but it doesn't mean the story is the same. So when we do this equating stuff, when we try to equate our situation with others, we are trying to take the credit of everything, like whatsoever somebody has borne, or somebody has endured, or somebody has been in the discomforted position. Like somebody who has been in the discomforted position and has gone through all that whole stuff, whole shit in his life, and you're trying to equate yourself, saying that no, 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 I have seen many people doing the same, have been through the same. Oh really? We should not do that. That's what she means. So don't equate your experience with theirs. It's never the same. So experiences are never the same. People should not consider like that. Okay. So it means to say, obviously, by equating, it means to compare. We should not compare. We like to consider something equal or comparable. Okay. So we should not do that. I would I would love to take the water break if you don't mind. Just give me 1 second. I would like to have some. I don't want to feel dehydration and all. Give me a second, okay? I'm keeping it on. I'm telling you. So equate stands for like when we say equate means equal. When we try to equalize with the others, when we try to say like we are same, there is no difference. No, everybody is different. I'm telling you, we all human beings are different from each other. There is nothing a kind of similarity. Situations would be always different. I'm telling you, right now, as you are sitting before your screens, I'm not sitting before your screens, so situations are different. But I'm still trying to actually help you out with something like which is amazing. I believe it is amazing because learning of any kind is an amazing task, and we are doing it some way or the other way. We are trying to do it, and I'm gonna fill the glass of water and I'm gonna come back. So that's how I've covered up my time. I reached to you again, and we are going to talk again. Yeah, that's how we are back. Thank you. So, equate. What does this stand for? Equate means when you consider yourself equal and comparable. So, what she suggested about conversation, what she suggested about even when we are talking to somebody, when somebody's trying to say that, oh my God, I'm very sad, I'm having a bad day. Oh, it's okay, it happens, it's a normal thing. No, it's not normal. You need to listen to the people. You need to give proper credit to the people. You need to spend some time with them and listen to them very carefully so that they can actually open themselves up properly. And if you're going to equate with them and they will say that, oh my God, my problem is negligible. No, everybody's problem is having some weight, some value. We need to give them proper value. We need to compare. We need not to compare. We need not to match with them. Okay, in that scenario, in conversation, but we need to compare in many cases when we are going to decide that which t-shirt I'm going to buy from the market, or I'm going to buy from the showroom, or whichsoever place that I'm going to buy my stuff from, then I'm going to compare things. I'm going to compare the prices. I'm going to compare the color. I'm going to compare the quality, even the prices, like obviously negligible stuff, but still we need to compare things up. Okay. Okay. When we try to relate with others, when we try to associate ourselves with others, we are trying to take their space. Somebody wants to say that, listen to me. But we want to say, no, 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 no. Listen to me. Because I have already been through that. You had been through that and you have passed your time. Your time is gone. But now that person's time is that, kindly give due weightage, due value to the person. When we are corresponding to the person, when you're connecting to the person, when you're linking yourself, we are trying to create a parallel bias with the person. That scenario that you're trying to equate yourself with the other person, which is not right. We need not to equate with the people when we are conversating. We're trying to conversate, we need to listen. We need to give proper weightage to the person's words and the statements. That's what it means. So I'll give you the synonyms for the same. There you go. And then we will start talking about the antonyms for it. Okay. Hey Tushar, happy Diwali. Happy Diwali, bro. Happy Diwali. How was your Diwali? So when you consider yourself equal to someone or comparable, that means you're equating yourself. Equating everybody in every sense is not right. I'm telling you the antonyms when we comes really. I don't know. Like if you really like my accent, you're giving me a boost. I'm telling you. Thank you very much. That means I'm going right way. I'm telling you, when I have to speak English, when I talk in English, it's all fine. But when it comes to, you know, shifting from one particular accent to the different accent and then try to actually mix it up and all, I don't know, like why I feel it difficult. I feel it difficult sometimes. Like if I start speaking in Hindi right now, I'm telling you, मैं बोल लूंगा हिंदी में. But the problem is, going back to the same accent, going back to the same stuff, it would be difficult for me. I know that. Anyways, so bro, just and open up yourself in front of the mirror. Talk to the people. Let me tell you, as far as my journey is concerned, I had been hated many times what felt, but it was not like that. Maybe my life was like that. Not possible to guess that you are an Indian. Oh, really? Thank you. But I'm an Indian, bro. I'm an Indian. I would change my accent now. This is not right. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You know, in my life, I had some situations when I felt that why I don't have any friend. Why do not somebody stay? Why people, like maybe I was an attention seeker. One of my friend gave me a comment that you are an attention seeker. Oh my God. I never thought of it. I was a clear hearted person during that time. Also, I'm now also the same way. But maybe my memory or what we say, my IQ level was quite an average IQ level. Um, that's why many people were able to know what was computer. In my fifth standard, I was not aware of the computer, and it was for the first time when I went there inside the computer class. I was honest. Oh my God, my heart was beating. It was racing. It was reeling. My God, what is this? It's a computer. Oh my God, I was not aware about the computer at all. Thank you, thank you. So when I saw the computer for the first time, I thought what I'm going to do, because one boy who used to come first in the class, he knew everything about it, and I was not aware because I came there for the first time. Like I went there for the first time. I never saw that because I studied in the Hindi medium school. So there was no computer. I did not see any computer there. And when I saw it for the first time, oh my God. Oh, there was a thrill in my body, and I was shocked. Like maybe this time, this in this exam, I will definitely be failed. But later on, I got to know that how we can pass it out with the making a chart, making a model. We can pass it out like we can get easily 60 marks, 70 marks, and I was just average in computer at that time. But now, yeah, we did enjoy emptiness last time very much. Oh yeah, Tushar. Like actually, I would prefer that you should actually listen to Amrinder Gill. Uh, like there is a song called "ਕੀ ਸਮਝ ਆਈਏ ਸਜਣਾ ਏ ਨਾ ਨੈਲ ਕਮਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਵੇਖੇ ਬਿਨਾ ਗੁਜ਼ਾਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜੱਗ ਜਾਣਦਾ ਦਿਸ ਨਾਲ ਦਿਲ ਤੋਂ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਕੇ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਹੋਰ ਪਿਆਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਪਿਆਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ. So you can actually listen to this song by Amrinder Gill. Uh, I really like that song. In my time, I was at, you know, it was a like heartbeat for us. Amrinder Gill was heartbeat for us. There was another song, I think his first song, Koi Ta Pegham Likhe Kade Mere Naam Likhe. Oh my God, that song was amazing. You should listen to that song. Just Gill. Jassi Gill. No, you just listen to that. I'm telling you, Amrinder Gill's song, Jassi Gill is also nice. I'm telling you, Jassi Gill is a youngster, but Amrinder Gill is I think he's a legend. He's a legend. Jassi Gill is a different zone. He's in different zone, but Amrinder Gill is different, and his kids are also singing these days. Oh my God, I'll just write Amrinder Gill over there. Amrinder Gill. You can search it out. I'm telling you. Yeah. Anyhow, so there are lots of words that you can actually use in place of equate that are there. Even I have already written there. And what are the opposite words for the word equate? There are opposite word for the word equate, like when we are trying to, create the when we compare. See, the difference is there in compare and yeah, you have written it rightly, spelled it correctly somehow. Yeah, it's Amrinder Gill. But first letter has to be capital and the surname's letter has to be capital. It's a name, proper name, proper noun. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So whenever you are comparing, we are comparing two similar things. When we are trying to compare, we are comparing two similar things. But when we are trying to create a contrast, we are trying to talk about two different things. When we are trying to say that two things are different, that means we are differentiating between the two things. So when we are trying to differentiate between the two things, we are distinguishing between the two things. We are trying to make them separate. Okay. So we are making them the separate one. Then in case of that one, all of them equates opposite words are all of these. Like when we are talking about polarization, when we are talking about when we say polarized, when we are saying divide, or we are saying the separate, we are saying opposite, we are saying that vary, 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 that one, vary, or deviate from the position. Deviate means to shift from the position. That means from move from the situation, or something like we are not equating from the situation, like in the situation. So that's why these are the antonyms for that. And what are the different examples that we can use? Tushar, what would be the example for this one? And I'm telling you one more statement from the video. I must tell you that you must listen to this video. You can see the lady at the back. Like she is really a good speaker. I must tell you. Shift from actual point. Yeah, shift from actual point. That means deviate. So detach yourself from a certain place. When you're sorry, not detaching yourself from the place. When you're detaching yourself from the, you're trying to separate yourself from the place. So that means antonyms. These are the antonyms. What is the statement that you can listen to? Never equate someone's pains with yours. Each story is different. That's what I'm saying. Never equate someone's pains with yours. And I have seen that happening every time. People, whenever they knock at your door and they say that, "Oh my God, what have you been through?" And you would say, "Oh my God, I have some kind of problem in my life." And they would say, "We have been through it already. It's not something very difficult that you are going through." No, that person's pain is that person's pain. You can't actually equate yourself with that person's pain. So each story is different. Try to understand that. Now we're gonna move on to the next word, that is number 8, and I would write it over there. Sustain. Sustain. He sustained some injuries. He sustained some injuries. Or we sustain a conversation. Sustain a conversation. What do you mean by sustain? Tushar, what do you understand by the term sustain? What do you say? Can you differentiate between Yeah, I can 100% sustain some food. SOME, some food. Yeah, I got it. I sustain some food. Like I maintain or keep something going. If we are keeping something to go on, I will be explaining that word difference between sympathy and empathy. Don't worry, Tushar. I'll be talking about that in a while. Let me just explain this word, and thereafter your word is gonna come. Okay. Okay. Um, when we say sustain, sustain means to maintain. To maintain yourself in a certain position and be consistent in that. When you keep going, it means something that stays on for a long time. That there's can be for a long, but not for a long, for the consistent time. Not for the long time. I would say that sustainable development. Yeah, can be. I'm sorry for that. Long time. So sustainable development. Oh my God, you are connecting the words like that. That's nice. So when we say sustain, it means to maintain. When you maintain your posture or when you maintain your calm, that means you sustain with your calm. When you sustain with a meditating attitude, or when you continue to sustain yourself, or when you continue to be in a certain way, that means you're sustaining yourself, you're upholding yourself. When you're upholding yourself, you're preserving yourself, you're preserving your energy. That means you're maintaining your energy, you're saving your energy, you're keeping your energy for the long time. So if you preserve the food, then definitely you have something to eat for a long time, for the another day. So it can be used like, if something is your support system, that means that is your sustaining system. That is your sustaining system, or that is your support system. There also the team was about to break the record because could not sustain the intensity of work till the end. Yeah, very beautiful statement. As all of the viewers can see, that the five persons who are there, then they can see also that very beautiful example Tushar has already given. The team was about to break the record but could not. But why? Because they could not sustain the intensity. Intensity means strength. Intensity means the continuous power and the potential. They could not work on that potential, the work that they were doing earlier till the end. They could not do it. They could not continue to do that. That's why they could not break the record. They could not sustain it. And they could not sustain the title. That's it. Yeah. So there are different words that you can use in place of sustain, that is maintain, continue, uphold, preserve, support, or you can say that mm, parents sustain us. Parents sustain us. And what does that mean in your language? Parents, I would write over there. Parents sustain us. Parents sustain us, or parents, you know, nourish us. It means parents nourish us. In that sense, it would be used like that. Parents nourish us, parents prolong us, parents make us endure some things. Many can perform well, but those who can sustain it for decades are the legions. Powerful people, powerful people. All those people are the powerful people. I must tell you that. All those people are the powerful people who can sustain to maintain to continue to uphold. Like this way, you can remember. Like who can endure and strengthen or stabilize something. When you try to stabilize something, you're trying to sustain in that situation. You're trying to remain in that particular position. So when you're trying to remain in the particular position, you're trying to stabilize yourself in that particular situation. So that's how you can remember the word sustain. There are different words. So I would be giving you all those words, the synonym as well as the meaning of the same. And then thereafter, we will talk about the antonyms and then the word given by Tushar. Tushar has given the word to us, and we will definitely abide by that. We will be talking about why I'm liking to talk about that, because I believe that's a necessary thing to discuss, like empathy, sympathy, sympathy, empathy, and all that. So meaning is to maintain or keep things going on, or like keep it happening, keep not stopping it. That means the antonyms would be to stop. Something is to continue, obviously opposite word would be stop, halt, obstacle, or we are trying to put a break on something, we are trying to destroy something, we are trying to weaken something, we are trying to discontinue something, or we are trying to neglect something, abandon something. Yeah, deadlock. Deadlock. Yeah, I just mentioned that word in the beginning itself because there was a word before as well, which was about something related to opposite of deadlock. Oh my God, you're giving very beautiful words. Bedlam. Yeah. Hmm. And then thereafter we have like other word, very beautiful word which we can use in our daily life also. Terminate. Terminate is also a very beautiful word which we can use as an opposite word for sustain. But one more example I would give you, that to sustain fluency, to maintain fluency, to continue being fluent, or to uphold your fluency, practice English daily, even for 15 minutes. On the application age fluency, on the application whichsoever is suitable to you, you consider that that particular application is suitable for you. Now, Bashar has given us the word sympathy. I will write over there sympathy. Firstly, sympathy. We will talk about sympathy now. What is sympathy? Sympathy is having the same feeling, but not like when you're trying to console someone, that you have sympathy for the person. When you're trying to say that, oh my God, I can understand, but you don't. I'm telling you. So, in sympathy, the situation is that you're trying to console people. You have sympathy for somebody. Oh my God, your heart is breaking along. But when you have empathy, you're trying to wear the same shoes. Can we? I don't think so. We can say that I have an empathy for it, but having the empathy for something, actually, you have to go through the same stuff. Empathy is something that, you know, when you're trying to wear the same shoes that other person is going through, empathy is that. That's how I think the difference between sympathy and empathy is that. Because even I have, yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Actually, it is not possible. I'm saying the truth. I'm trying to be practical here. It is the literal meaning. As you're saying that you can really actually feel what someone is saying. Yeah, that is kindness. Daya means actually you are merciful. Sympathy, sympathy. I'll tell you. Pathy means feelings. Pathos. It is made from pathos. Okay, I'll write the word pathos. Sympathy is same feeling, same feeling, same pathos. Empathy means when you're trying to actually recapitulate everything accordingly. I thought empathy means you can read something, someone's mind. No, no. Like empathy, you can read somebody's mind. It's not like that. Yeah, obviously, the person, if has a practical experience of the same situation, then person can definitely read the person's mind. If the person has the same experience, no, you are going literally. I'm not talking about literally. I'm talking about even the contextual meanings. So you are going contextual. You are going actually literal with the literal dictionary meaning. I'm talking about contextual meaning. So all those words that which I'm mentioning as synonyms, they cannot be literally the same. They can never be literally the same. I cannot say that one word or the other word would be the same between husband and wife. Okay, what is telephone? What is telephone? What is tally? Think about it. What is tally? I'm just waiting. Eh, I have an idea in the mind, like I'll bring a certain sound from the phonetics. I would be actually uttering lots of words on that. What do you think? Yeah, tally means distant, actually. Tally means distant. Like if when you have the ability to communicate your feelings and ideas to the other person's mind, obviously minds are different, minds are way too different, there's no connection between them, but that's how they are far away. Yeah, like when you have, like, figurative meaning is different, the sense of understanding, um, like feeling or something like that, if you can read somebody's mind. So he's right in that. Telepathy, like when you do telepathy, it's like people try to ask that, like, what was I before my life or something. I don't know, like, what kind of studies that. It's like reading somebody. No, no, telepathy is something that we see on the televisions or in the videos, reels. Like somebody is trying to say that this was the number that was going on in your mind, something like that. So mind reading, something like that is there. So extrasensory perception of yours can be called as that. Okay. Now, anyways, so I just stopped in between. Anyways, I hope that word is clear. I mean, it is clear, but I'll give you the another word now. Coherent, 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 coherent. What do you understand by the term coherent? What do you understand by the term coherent? What is gone? Coherent. If something is coherent, something is related. Something is related. Something is logical. Something has a logic, matching, magic, logic, matching, clear and connected. If something is connected, matching is nice. Tushar, matching is nice. So the students rarely get the chance to develop coherent, confident conversation skills. That means logical conversation skills. Like, for example, if we talk about our ELTS essay, it is expected that you have to get 25% score in coherence and cohesion. What does it stand for? That means your answer should go logically. If you are logically right, like in the talk, it was said like that. In the video, it was said like that. In the TED talk, it was said like that. Students really get the chance to develop coherent, confident conversation skills. They really get the chance. Instead of that, when we try to, cram grammar, Ram, Sita, Sita, Gita, we try to use the statements only with them. Ram has said that and Sita has get that or something like that. But we should not use all these words. We should use real life context. And that's how the students are going to learn better. They would have the coherent ideas, related ideas to the topic or whatsoever situations are going on in their life. If they are going to learn, they would be learning it better way in case it is going on like that. If it is related to their life, it is real life conversations that we are going to bring it in when it comes to discussing something. So then students will definitely get some chance to be coherent in many sense. Must not be coherent. Conversation must not be coherent. Why so? It means logical. It means clear and it is connected. Conversation should be, and it should be logical. Like if we will speak without logic, like for example, I'm talking about the coherent word and I'm giving the meaning of condescending, would you be able to understand that? Would you be able to understand that? For example, I have said something about coherent, and I would be saying, you know, I would be saying something about sustaining, for example. And would you be able to understand? Obviously, it has to be coherent. The conversation must be, you can have different opinion. Conversation must not be coherent. Different opinion, yeah, obviously, opinions should be different. I would say that, but those opinions that they have, you know, they would have a logic. Certain person will have a certain logic behind his opinion, and he would say that I am thinking like this just because of this, but that logic will still be there, and that logic is known as coherence. How your idea is coherent, accordingly you, we will ask him. How other person's idea is coherent, accordingly the other person. That's how, it's as simple as that, I guess. Like if somebody is trying to give the opinion, different opinion also will have their own logic. They would have to explain their logic. And if they are actually going to, yeah, you got my point. So that's what I'm trying to say. So everyone should be coherent. Everyone should be speaking coherently to whatever they say. They need to have a clear idea, clear fundamental about it. That yeah, whatever I say it accordingly. This, even if the logic is like a major logic, it's a small logic. If somebody would say that I drink water because I feel thirsty, that's also a logic. So that's why his idea would be coherent. But if somebody would say that I drink water because I feel hungry, being rational, be logical, yeah, that's what it is. Like being rational is scientific, rational is empirical, rational is, being practical and kind of stuff. It's a little bit not commonsensical. Yeah, we can consider common sense, but not commonsensical, logical, what I would say. I got your point, you're right. So I would tell you different synonyms, as few of them you have already written. They're logical, consistent, rational, like you're very symmetric. You have a system. You're clear about your ideas, you're ordered, you're logical, you're organized, you're meaningful. Okay, you're lucid, or what we say, connected. We say lucid actually. So there are different words which we can use in place of coherent, but how it was used in the video, it was like students rarely get a chance to develop coherent, confident conversational skills. So that's what she was actually trying to implore and even explain to the people. Prudent. Yeah, yeah. if if somebody is like that, prudent, I don't think so one should be prudent, or we should be prudent. Oh my god. Prudent, no, I won't say that. Prudent is extremely related to, you're overthinking, you're thinking very much, you're deep thinking. But but coherent can be like without even thinking. We can be, it's a prudent thought. Can we say that? Yeah, we can say that. Prudent, I'm just making this statement myself. So prudent thought, it can be a prudent thought, it can be quite deep thoughted, deeply thinkable thought. Yeah. So lucid can be also very beautiful word for this coherent. If something is lucid, if something is sound, if something is connected, all these words are the synonyms for the word coherent. And like we should have coherent ideas all the times whenever we say something. If we go illogical, then definitely people will call us mad. We will lose our sanity if we are going to do that. Yeah, it's not direct. Here we go. Come on. Yeah. Logical, clear, connected. Synonyms are three. Like, sorry, synonyms are like three. There are persons are three only who are watching. So logical, consistent, rational, clear, systematic, ordered, meaningful, clear. Hope so. And then there are different antonyms for the same. Lucid. Yeah. Elucid. I'm talking about those words which we can use in a conversation, which we actually elucid, and if we try to use it, we it would look awkward sometimes, you know. Um, Pusillanimous. Somebody gave me the word pusillanimous also. I remember that. So pusillanimous, I don't know, like if somebody is doing the cowardly act or somebody is trying to behave in a coward way, we can say that his pusillanimity, I did not like the way something is somebody behaved. So eh, I don't think so. In a natural sense, somebody would be trying to use that one, and in really the professional context, maybe somebody can use it, but between the friends, I don't know like how it should go like that. I don't have that many friends, so that's why I don't know about it. But still, it can be used. So pellicid, ludicrous, and tolodicrous. Nonsense. Again, nonsensical. Now, antonyms for the logic would be illogical, confused, irrational. Obviously, all those like the words which are there as synonyms, opposite words for that. Connected to disconnected, or we clear to unclear, or systematic to disorganized, disoriented, or disordered, meaningless, or, unsound, or that's it. I think there are many. So your IELTS answers should be coherent, not memorized. Those should not be memorized. Those should not be crammed stuff. Those should be clear and crystal clear stuff. I hope so that you have gotten my answer very clear. I hope that. Now, next word, next word, next word, next word that goes like, here you go. Here you go. Condescending, condescending, vague, ambiguous, having two faces, ambiguity, ambiguity. When you're not clear, when you're ambiguous, yeah, you're not clear, you're vague. Yeah, this is very nice. Ambiguous, I really like. I have used it many times when I was teaching in the class. Um, Condescending. Next word is condescending. What do you understand by the term condescending? Con means same. Descending, you can make it the meaning. One should not be condescending. I would say that. One should not be condescending. What do you understand by the term condescending? So, how it was in the speech, how it was in the TED talk, how was it in the TED talk? Try not to repeat yourself. It's condescending and boring. Try not to repeat yourself. Do not repeat yourself. It is it is condescending and boring. If you will repeat yourself, if you will have to, say it again and again to the other person, then definitely other person would say that this person is thinking himself to be superior. So if somebody is trying to think himself to be superior and talking down to others, and if he or she is trying to belittle others, that person is condescending. That person is condescending. I don't like that person at all. So condescending is that try not to repeat yourself. It's condescending and boring. It shows that you have the attitude of superiority. You have a superiority complex when you're talking. You have an attitude like that. One should not be condescending. Condescending. Okay. So, what would be the synonyms? Like somebody who's arrogant. Yeah. His condescending behavior made people angry. Have you ever met any condescending person in your life? Don't say you have met me. Oh my God. Yeah. So anything which has arrogance, like somebody who's arrogant, you know, arrogant, arrogant. What is arrogant? Arrogant is somebody who has arrogance. Arrogance means somebody who has a kind of vibes which one should not have, like superiority vibes. If somebody has the superiority vibes, then obviously the person is out of the mind. But such people are always, to me, out of sight, out of mind kind of people. Haughty, haughty. Somebody is haughty. Somebody who is, you know, patronizing himself. He's patronizing all the times. He's trying to be haughty or pompous, show off, smug. Smug. It's a kind of snobbery, I guess. Smug in what sense? The person who has a lot of uh, yeah, who consider himself to be, yeah, it's a kind of pride and all. You smug. There are lots of people around the world who are smug. Some people are smug because of knowledge. Some people are smug because of money. Some people are smug because they have what we say. I don't know. People are haughty. I don't like haughty people. Do you like haughty people? Nobody would like haughty people. And if some people are arrogant, I would say that their eyes, they talk. I would say that whenever they talk, their eyes talk first. Yeah, satisfied. No, actually, somebody who's having, yeah, one who would say that I'm happy with my achievements, self satisfied, like somebody who is being self satisfied in the way that annoys others. I'm self satisfied. I don't give like he had a smug smile after winning the debate. He knew that he has won the debate, and that's why he had a smug smile on his face when he just won the debate. Yeah, too much pride, overconfident. So pompous is also very nice word. I must tell you that feeling that they know that a lot that they didn't need not to learn anymore. It's not like that. They should not behave this way. Like, you know, I don't know, like one should have creative ideas, but should not actually stop somebody's creativity as well. Um, one should be intelligent, one should be having the knowledge, should have the knowledge, but it should not be like uh, having the knowledge, you are going to be arrogant about it. I don't think so. One should be arrogant about it. But if some, like, it depends upon somebody's statement. Mm, I don't know how should I say that. Everyone should have the I would say that till my last breath, I want God to make me make me learn something, not teach, make me learn something. Yeah. So pompous, pompous, US pompous. So pompous is also a very nice word as a synonym for the same, because pompous means show off. Somebody who is a show off, somebody who shows that like you are nothing equal to me. So that person is a pompous, a show off, like who would try to show off his cars, show off his bungalows, show off his properties, show off everything about himself to others. So obviously there would be a lot of hate for that person. So that is why disdainful. He is disdainful. I would write it altogether. Disdainful. Somebody who is disdainful, somebody who is not liked by people. He's filled with hate, hateful. Somebody would definitely love to hate such a person. That person is filled with hate himself, so hateful. Like who is self-important, as mentioned already by Tushar, and snobbish. Snobbery is not a good thing that everyone should actually get rid of. Should not be proud. He should not be arrogant. Should not be prudent. Is it right? Prudent. We use the prudent in different sense. We use the prudent in coherence. So somebody should not be arrogant. Sorry, pride and prejudice. Somebody should not be prejudiced about prejudiced. Mhm. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Please do read that novel, Pride and Prejudice. I'll go for another water break. I'm feeling dehydrated. Yeah, I was going to write the same. Is it the same? I did I write wrongly? Imperious, I guess. Yeah, but I said that another word for the imperious. Imperious. You're talking about those words actually, which are more of, I think, ancient time words, overbearing kind of stuff. It is. Drink some water. So haughtiness should be controlled. Person should not be haughty. Person should be always down to earth, grounded, always respectful, always stainless, always worthy of everything that he has in his life. गरम चाय की प्याली हो. Okay. So I have written the synonyms for the condescending. What does it mean? Read the right. Read the. What do you mean by that? What are you saying there? Read the right law. Right, we know that, but right law, what is? Read the right law means that you should not actually, you should, the regulation which stops you from becoming the part of any kind of riots. So it is telling you those guidelines and the regulations which tell you not to be the part of the riots. But I did not get your question actually. What does it mean? Read the right law. Read the right law means read all those regulations which are about the rights, and which says that you should not participate in the activities which creates riots, in which people are getting killed and dange fasad and all. Okay. And then antonyms are like opposite for the condescending is somebody who's very humble, somebody who's very down to earth, modest, respectful person, and somebody who's always gentle, kind, considerate, always considers somebody else before himself. That person is a considerate person. That person is always down to earth person. Or we can say that a polite or a courteous man. Read the right as an idiom. Uh, is it read the right law completely? It's not read the right law, it's read the right act. It's read the right act actually. Like scolding someone severely, like if you're scolding someone, rebuking someone severely, you're saying some bad words, abusive word to the person, then definitely lecturing people harshly, like parents sometimes father used to do that, but they do it for our benefit. So that's known as read the right acts. He read the right acts before the kids all the times, which is somehow kind of making kids a little vulnerable to the situation and they feel weak for themselves. Yeah, it's like that. So avoid sounding condescending, respect others' opinion. So always respect people's opinion and do not be condescending in any sense. Yeah. So let me know that in the chat. Did you get it, Tushar? Did you get it? Read the right itself stands for, yeah. Read the rights is read the right act actually. It is not read the right law. Read the right act. Anyhow, I hope that all these 10 words, which actually we have talked about, I'll just number them one by one. Like, first was polarized, which meant divided. Okay, basic meaning I'll tell you. Compromise means you're coming to an agreement, or you're coming to a kind of like a conciliation or reconciliation, or you're trying to have a settlement or agreement about something, or you're having a negotiation about something. Then you have devolve, which is an opposite word for involve and devolve means when you disintegrate, you're divided, you're worsening the situation, when you're going from bad to worse, worse to worst. Then pontificate, there was a long discussion that happened about the pontificate, which in original sense meant that being the pop for a church, but actually pontificate means, accordingly the video, it meant that giving the speech or giving the lecture to the people, giving the a very boring lecture to the people. So that's how preach, moralize, dictate people forcibly. Sometimes it is like that. Antonyms would be obviously different for that one. Listen, question, inquire, consult, consider, and many other words are there which we can use instead of pontificate. In pontificate, we try to say and declare only, but antonyms obviously would be like when you say something, instead of that, when you are listening to the person, when you're trying to question yourself, sometimes you're doubting things or you're suspicious about points and something. Yeah. So yeah, then we did the multitask, we did the vulnerable, we did the equate, we did the sustain, then we did the coherent and condescending. That the 10th word. By mistake, I said that there would be 15 words, but actually I forgot that there were only 10 words. But I actually in the mixed manner, I said that 15 words, but forgot the numbering. I did not mention the numbering properly, but we have been through all those words. Please do comment in my video thereafter once it is going to become the video, and do share my live session with as many people as possible if you can, because I'm trying to help out people and figure it out, like how can I help, how can I be of any help to the people as far as the vocabulary is concerned or the speaking skills are concerned. Yeah. What do you think of that? If I'll just the way the picture is there, you're gonna have a symbol over here for a certain sound, and then thereafter, once that is there placed, and we are going to talk about that particular symbol with different words. I will be telling you about the words, and I will be telling you the meaning, and I would be telling the where exactly it's articulation, and the way we are pronouncing it, where we are doing it, and how we are doing it. I guess that can be a best idea for any kind of sound to be explained first, and I would be bringing that next. Okay, maybe tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow, but I would be mentioning that on my page. And please do watch my videos, which are long ones. They would definitely help you out with your tenses, with your grammar, with everything. Have a good one. Take care. Take care, Ayush, and take care, Tushar. Have a good one. Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye. Take care.